Hey everyone, CozyAzeroth here, and I have a little time to kill this evening, so I'm just gonna do a little WoW Classic Hardcore, which I haven't done in a little while. So let's dive right in without further ado. See who joins the party this evening. Got Dinah the cat here, keeping me company. Susan's out at dinner with her mom, so we are just chilling at home playing a little WoW this evening. That's the plan. Well, I was over here in Stormwind. I think I already cleared my bags out, I believe. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, we're holding on to all this stuff. Let's go do some grinding. So I think we had just headed over to Westfall, if memory serves. And I don't have the flight path there yet, so we're just going to run it to Westfall. I don't know why I always go left instead of right here. Got back in the swing of things doing some Uber driving today. Didn't make as much money as I wanted, but I cared more about just getting in the swing of things, getting in the routine, getting up, getting moving after being sick for a few days last week. Did a pretty good job getting back in the swing of things today. Rinse, repeat tomorrow, and make some money happen. To Westfall we go. Let's see, we got a wand equipped, right? Oh no, it's a mace. Why did I have a mace equipped? Oh, that's right, I have a mace and a wand. That's right, okay. I remember. I remember now. So we're most of the way to level 14. Oh, thanks. People are so nice in WoW Classic, giving each other buffs and whatnot. Yeah, I felt good to get back in the swing of things today. I'm starting to feel like myself again. Slowly. Oh, excuse me. Woke up a little earlier than I had been the last few days, so just a little tired. You know, one thing I loved about WoW Classic are the old character animations, character models. The new ones are great. They're more expressive, but I like the cartoony look of these. I never played a priest in Classic, so this is my chance to do something different. So all we're doing is slow grinding here. We're not going to take any chances. Oh, the debuff is tetanus. Forgotten about that. Hello, anyone just tuning in? Just had a little time to kill this evening. Susan is out at dinner with her mom, and so I figured I would just do a little classic hardcore. Deep Down Hush, how you doing? How are you this evening? How is life treating you? Good, good. Beats the alternative, as my mom would say. can't say I'm going to be doing anything super exciting in the game here. Just this is classic hardcore, so I am playing extremely cautiously. I'm not even doing quests very much, unless they're super easy, obvious, no-brainer, no-risk quests. I'm just slow grinding my way through the game. I want to get up to level 60 just by slow grinding, killing... trying for mounts and retail. Oh, God, I got to do that too. We tried to farm mounts last night, but to no luck. You know, we had no avail, so... break from my own tunes on Doomhow. Yeah. I was a little disappointed, you know, got all excited about mount farming and still didn't get any last night, so figured I'd just do this today. I don't know if you've been following my slow grinding journey here that I'm doing periodically. Every couple weeks I pick it back up for a little bit. But, got lucky with the Gloom Charger and the bow and Mythic Sanctum tonight. First time viewer. Oh, well, thanks for tuning in. You know, I'm excited to be streaming more. I mean, I've been playing WoW for 20 years, and I first started streaming on Twitch maybe 8 or 9 months ago now, somewhere in there. And since then, I've become affiliated, so that's one big accomplishment. So I figure I might as well make a little money while we're playing WoW, right? It's a slow build to get a following, but you know, we do chill streams. So I play World of Warcraft, mostly retail, a little bit of classic. I also do a lot of retro gaming, things like Atari 2600 games and Texas Instruments TI-99 4A games. I've also been doing some retro programming. You can see on my Twitch channel there's some programming streams on there. I'm working on building with a friend of mine, we're building a retro 8-bit style Dragon Ball Z themed fighting game. And it's coming along really well. We're like 70% done with it, plus or minus. And so yeah, I've been streaming, doing some programming streams in Pico 8. And that covers the gamut of what I'm doing right now. I'm always dabbling in something new, but WoW is the bread and butter of my gameplay and my streaming. But I'm always trying something new. And you know, it's mostly for my own edification. I hope someone finds it valuable. It's a little bit of a hodgepodge as a result. Once in a while I do some co-working streams. I'm between full-time jobs right now, so I'm doing some Uber driving. In fact, you'll forgive me if I look at my phone here, just got a notification. But I have a little side business selling cross-stitch patterns on Etsy, of all things, which is a weird little side business. And I've been doing occasional co-working streams, making and selling cross-stitch patterns, which is weird, but fun nonetheless. Creative and artsy and weird, my kind of project. Yeah, it is fun. You know, it's been a long road the last many years, and not always easy. And I'm to the point where I'm, you know, happy with where I'm at. My girlfriend Susan, she streams with me a lot of the time. She plays WoW. She's not often on camera. She likes to play on the bed over there and not be on camera. But she and I have known each other since 3rd grade, if you can believe that, 1986. And so we're happy as can be. I was married to someone else. It didn't work out. She was married to someone else. It didn't work out. And we're much, much happier than we were in years past. So we're just focusing on having a good time and a good life and doing some fun things and just making a good experience for ourselves and for everyone. Just having a chill time. We've got a group of friends that I play with periodically. If you're looking for people to follow, you should follow my good friend Julia Deer, a deer like the animal, D-E-E-R. She and I have known each other since we were 5 years old. We used to play Legos together on the kitchen floor, and now we play World of Warcraft at age 47. So, known each other a long time. Great friend. One of the more interesting people I've met in this world. I do appreciate your tuning in. I always wonder how people find the channel. How did you find it? Just browsing through World of Warcraft streams? I often lurk in streams when I'm not streaming myself. Like, you know, I don't look as good when I roll out of bed as I would like, so I often lurk in the morning and stream in the evening, probably like a lot of people. I need to switch it sometime and try streaming in the morning. And way back in the day in Classic, I never played a priest, so I am trying a priest out in Classic Hardcore. Give you a follow there too. There we go. Follow everyone. See what everyone's up to. Gotta be really careful in Classic. I don't want to get in this rat's nest of golems. And I don't know if you heard me say, but I was a little under the weather for most of last week, so I feel like I'm at about like 85% feeling better, maybe 90%. I'm not quite at 100%, so I'm just kind of chilling. But I got out and did some Uber driving today. First time in, well, not the first time. I tried it a little bit earlier this week, but I was not feeling good still, so got out and gave it a go today, made a little bit of money. Stuck at home for a couple of reasons. I was looking for new streamers to lurk with. So I was looking for WoW drops. I like to sort by viewership. Find a lot of neat streamers that way. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was down for the count. I don't get sick very often, but I had a bad sore throat and an earache that went with it. And they gave me some antibiotics. And a few days later, I still wasn't feeling good. So I went back to the doctor. And they basically said it's probably something viral. We don't know what it is, and it's not like we can do anything about it, even if we did. So here's some steroids. Go home and, get the inflammation down, and call us in a couple weeks if you're not feeling better. And that was a few days ago, and I'm finally feeling mostly better. So yeah, it was no fun. I hate being sick. I'm too active in the sense of engaged with things to enjoy being sick. I did a couple little projects at home while I was sick, though. I'm always working on something. Oh, thank you, Gimmicks. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you. Yeah. I'm starting to feel like myself again, but I really wasn't for a while. I don't know if it showed when I was streaming or not, but I suspect I sounded a lot more out of it than I realized. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Follow anytime. Thanks for the follow. I give you a follow back too. Don't be a stranger. We're all friends here in Azeroth. Oh, actually, I am going to go on mute for just a second. Susan's giving me a call, so hang tight, everyone. I'll be back in just a second. Hey everyone, sorry about that. Susan was out at dinner with her mom. Her mom just flew in. Her mom was out of town cross country for a while and just got back. So she and her mom went out to dinner after her mom landed, and Susan's on the way home. So, and now it's back to the grind. This is my slow grind in Classic Hardcore. Doing really well, been busy at work. Boy, anyone who has work right now needs to feel totally lucky that they have the work. I've been out of work for a while, and it's extremely frustrating and demoralizing. So I hope you're thankful you have work and doing something that's fulfilling. The nice thing is it's given me a chance to stream WoW and be a Twitch affiliate and work on my video game project and work on my cross-stitch business. So it's affording me lots of opportunities as well. But I do miss the routine of being employed and the mainly the income that comes with it. In the construction industry, yeah. How is like what kind of construction do you do? I used to do construction years and years ago, but a long time ago. You wouldn't know it to look at me now, maybe. A little bit. My uncle had a contracting company. I used to do construction for him for a couple summers, that kind of thing. Younger days. The most useful thing I learned from construction was measure twice, cut once. Oh, okay. Repair the tool. That's interesting. You forget for any given industry, there's all these little, cottage industries that surround it. But these are tenuous economic times, and I think it's going to get worse, so hold on to that job. Yeah, but the niche companies are the best, right? Those are the ones that manage to do something no one else is doing and, get rich off of it. Yeah, it's been quite frustrating. I've been out of full-time work for a couple of years, and that's partly because I don't really need the money. I'm not starving, and I have some savings and whatnot, so I'm kind of breaking even right now between the Uber driving and my other projects. So this is Operation Keep My Investments Invested. I don't really want to take a job that I don't want, so. My main industry for the last many years has been in instructional design, writing, and programming online learning materials. And that industry's really taken a hit, and partly for good reason. The unemployment's been low the last few years. Hey, all right, we reached level 14 finally. And when unemployment's low, people don't go to school, they don't buy learning materials, and they're all working. And now that the economy's about to tank, in all likelihood, maybe the stock market is holding though, so maybe not. In all likelihood, the education industry is about to boom again in the next few months or year or so. I've seen a couple cycles of that in my time. I really benefited from it in 2008 during the 2008 financial crisis. A lot of people I knew were struggling and out of work, and I had a great job in working for an education technology company that was the venture capital money was flowing, and we were making money hand over fist and doing work that we were really, really proud of. And rode that wave for a few years. Didn't last forever, but for a guy with a philosophy degree, I got a good run out of it. Oh yeah. I've been I've been really lucky in life to have jobs and supervisors that I like, that I find value in. But once in a while, I've had a job that's just hell to wake up to, and frankly, I just don't put up with it. It's just not worth it. I had a wise uncle of mine who's now deceased. He used to have a saying, I was looking for a job when I found this one. You can always find another job. You can always find a way to pay the bills. You no need to put up with something you don't really that's stressing you out every single day. You can always make a buck on Twitch or otherwise. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. I'm a conversationalist by nature. I teach. Oh, and I also teach philosophy part-time. That's the other thing I do. Just teach philosophy. But I'm a conversationalist by nature. I really appreciate the time talking to people, and it is a good saying, right? I'm looking for a job when I found this one. Like I don't need this crap. It's good to remember that. Uh-oh, so we've got two enemies on us now. Oh, good. Someone's coming to help. Let's give them a thanks. I didn't mean to pull two of those guys. Yeah, the couple times I've had a job that I didn't like, I didn't last very long, a couple months, and I was like, this shit ain't worth it. So I'm out of here. But on the whole, I've been really, really fortunate. So what made you go the hardcore, like in the game, the hardcore route here? I mainly play modern WoW. but I have such fond memories of playing vanilla back in the day, and so when Classic came out, of course I started a character on Classic and I played it a little bit, but it was frankly it was a little stale. Like I missed some of the quality of life features, and I missed being able to zip around the world, and I like a lot of the things they've added to the game. Although I like the pace of Classic a lot. And then when Hardcore came out, I was intrigued by it because I knew it would change the way I had to play, because you die a lot in Classic. And so I'm not doing this because it's interesting so much. I'm doing it because it's meditative, if that makes sense. I can just enjoy the environments, go really cautiously. The world is scarier in Classic. Hardcore Classic. And you got to just tread lightly. And I'm a little spoiled playing in retail a lot of the time. Just, one hit everything, or nothing's hard in retail except unless you're doing high-end content. In the open world, no way, it's not hard. And I remember the experience of just chilling in the game and enjoying the world as if the world was a character in the game. Like, I didn't even have to do anything. Back in the day, I would play for 2 or 3 hours. I'd maybe do 2 or 3 or 4 quests and just run around, look at the scenery, check out all the little things I could interact with, and just enjoy the world. And I miss that feeling of just enjoying the world for the world's sake. And I find that I'm able to do that a little better in Hardcore than in regular Classic. It is about the journey, a very, very slow journey. I think the first time around when I played this game, circa 2005, it probably took me 6 or 7 months to reach max level, playing, during the times I should have been working on my dissertation at the time, in grad school. Probably the reason I didn't finish my PhD, actually. It's your fault, Blizzard. My career problems are Blizzard's fault. No. So I was just excited about it. I want to give it a try, and I created a couple characters, and yep, predictably, First time you play Hardcore, you die a couple times. Then I realized I came up with this idea that I was just going to try grinding my way through the game, kind of like you have to do in Classic anyway at certain points. Like I remember grinding the hell out of Stranglethorn Vale back in the day. But I just kind of came up with this idea that I'm just going to try to get to level 60 with doing very few quests, just the easy quests, and grinding the rest of the way. And here I am, level 14. This is my second or third or fourth, maybe fourth Hardcore character, and the one I've gotten the farthest on. But there's not much to watch while I'm doing it. I'm just kind of sticking to the road, and I'm not going deeper into Westfall right now. I'm level 14. So once I've get past these guys, I think you have to be like 6 levels above before you don't get any experience points anymore. Once I don't get any more experience from these guys, I'll move a little deeper into Westfall, and then eventually go into Red Ridge and just grind my way up, sticking by the road the whole time. But it's very meditative, and I was enjoying watching a lot of folks on Twitch streaming Hardcore and doing some pretty epic deaths. But for me, this is just a chance to relax and be in the zone. I like how quiet Hardcore, Classic in general, how quiet Classic is compared to the modern game. There's just fewer things that make sounds, and so the environment seems to have a lot more immersiveness to it, for me anyway. Modern WoW is very noisy. Lots of characters around, lots of people making noise, doing all kinds of things. I know you can turn that down. Maybe I'll try that sometime, turning the sound effects down in the game and just turning up the environmental sounds. I turn the music down so I don't don't get any copyright strikes or anything. So there's no music happening right now. Just enjoying the environment. Silence. Yeah, I've never tried that actually. Isn't there a toy in Modern WoW that makes all the players disappear anyway? I sometimes do wacky stuff. Like I did some videos quite some time ago now, a couple years ago, rafting around the continents on my fishing raft. And I've been wanting to do some slow walks around the continent. Also, one thing we do while we're streaming, for anyone who isn't familiar with what we do, we have a bi-weekly slow dungeon running night, and so every other Saturday night we do slow dungeon runs where we just kind of take our time through the dungeons and check out all the things and kill all the mobs and not rush. Like, people rush through the dungeons so much these days. And once in a while we'll do like role play walks through the dungeons. We did that last time. That was a lot of fun. Slow, but fun. So always doing cool things. It is too fast. It takes some of the fun out of it for me. But some people really like the pace. Like my good friend Julia Deer on Twitch. She loves the fast pace. I mean, she doesn't always need fast paced dungeons, but she doesn't. She just has a higher pace tolerance than I do for gaming in general. I like more deliberate gameplay, and she likes a little more action oriented gameplay. So I'm at one end of the spectrum, she's on the other. Susan, my girlfriend, is probably somewhere in the middle on that spectrum. You excited about well, if you don't play retail very much, you're probably not excited about it, but I'm excited about player housing in retail. That's something that's a feature I've always thought was a good idea, and I'm excited to see what they come up with. It looks like it's a lot of fun. But like the cozy parts of the game, so it's a chance to cozify my house in the game. Yeah, I think doing like the time walking dungeons and whatnot are just so painful because the tanks just go so fast. And I've been playing long enough. I remember, like in the Burning Crusade dungeons, you just couldn't go that fast. The tank would stand back, use a ranged weapon, pull a couple mobs, kill those, drink some potions, heal up, chit chat for a little bit, and then move on, kill a couple more mobs. And it would take a while to do a dungeon. And now the tanks are just like hell bent for leather. Don't find it relaxing. Trying to get a character to 60 and wait for the Burning Crusade. So, I haven't been following it. So, is the idea that at any given point they're kind of moving, through the whole progression of the game again? So, if Classic is going to go to the Burning Crusade, and Burning Crusade is going to go to the Wrath of the Lich King, and then they cycle through it again. So, in a perfect world, I think it would be neat if you could, if there were servers for all the different expansions, so you could, log into, it's like, oh, I want to see the game as it was in Mists of Pandaria, and you do that, or if you want to see the Burning Crusade, you do that, and it's all just running concurrently. But I haven't, yeah, okay, that's good. I want to get more excited about it. Part of the problem for me is I like collecting all the things, so that's what keeps me hooked to Modern WoW. I like collecting all the appearances and all the mounts, and they create content a little faster than I can do it. So there's always something new for me to do. Oops, thought I pulled that one. Oh no, he's running away. So the time I spend in Classic is time I'm not spending collecting the things that I want to collect in Modern WoW. So I tend to play like probably 85% Modern WoW and 15% Classic Hardcore these days. Subject to my whims, of course. I don't think I've chosen professions on this character. Yeah, no. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm discovering that with streaming, people kind of tune in for certain things, and so, when I'm streaming Classic, I get a different batch of viewers than when I'm streaming Modern WoW, and when I'm streaming a retro game, I get a different batch of viewers still. So there's an element of me still trying to figure out what's most efficient from a streaming standpoint, although it's all really for my enjoyment anyways. It doesn't really matter. I'm not going to be paying the bills with Twitch in all likelihood, but I do want it to grow. If I'm going to do it, I might as well grow it and see if I can find the angle on it. But yeah, ultimately, you gotta just do it for me. Also a chance to learn something new. Although I used to do podcasting back in the day. I had a podcast for a couple podcasts, but not in a few years now. And I got really burned out on it. I had such fun doing it, but I did over 200 episodes between my two shows, and I just got tired of it. So this is a little more impromptu, less scripted, not as topical, but mellower and a lot more fun, frankly. But similar. It's content creation. I'm an incessant content creator, for sure. Always making something. I had a podcast on Star Trek and philosophy, and one on Star Trek Voyager. Quite a while ago. Both on Star Trek. Huge Star Trek fan, always have been. I teach philosophy, so Star Trek and philosophy was a no-brainer. It's still out there. It was on the Trek.fm podcast network, but so you can still find it on the Apple Podcast app, or all the podcast apps. But it's been quite some time since I thought about it, and I'm very proud of it. Great discussions. Thought about things I never would have thought I would think about. But glad it's over. It was a grind. Many hours a week getting it prepped and recorded and produced and distributed, and I don't miss the time commitment. Miss the conversations, though. That's what I like. I like the conversations more than I cared about the content creation part. So that's why Twitch is great, because I can just kind of have conversations about whatever I feel like having a conversation about, and not worry about the things I don't really want to do. Like the other night, we were Susan had never seen 2001: A Space Odyssey, the movie, and so we watched that, and then we had a great little chat about 2001: A Space Odyssey while Twitch streaming, and its relationship to Nietzsche, which I did my master's thesis on Nietzsche actually way back in the day, and so yeah, we spent a couple hours talking about 2001: A Space Odyssey and Nietzsche. And that was cool while playing Warcraft. That's a good night. Yeah, exactly. It was fun. And I've got lots of other hobbies and interests, but right now this is where it's at for me right now. I'm enjoying working on that video game I mentioned to you that I'm making. Other hobbies, like I'm a ham radio operator. I like doing ham radio. I just haven't. I live in an apartment right now, so I haven't bothered to try to get an antenna set up outside the apartment, some sort of invisible stealth antenna that no one can see. It's possible, I just haven't got around to doing it, so I'm not doing any ham radio right now. Stuff like that. Susan and I are actually going to the Vintage Computer Festival West, VCF West, in a couple weeks in Mountain View, California, and pretty excited about that. I've always liked retro computing, so gonna see what that's all about. I've heard about it for years and always wanted to go. We're finally going to go. Maybe we'll do a live stream from there while we're at it. Who knows? It's an interesting world out there. You gotta stay interested in all kinds of things. The game is coming along well. I don't know if you heard me describe it, but it's a friend of mine from Ashland, Oregon. I lived in Ashland for a year, and he and I were sitting around the table one time having a pizza, and he came up with this idea for a video game. He wanted to make a 8-bit style retro Dragon Ball Z themed fighting game, almost like a demake, but our own fighting game, Dragon Ball Z fighting game, and it's coming along really well. We've got the combat's working great. We got sprites moving around the screen. We got 2 combat mechanics, a punching mechanic and a Kai Blast projectile mechanic. with more mechanics planned if we can squeeze them in there. We've got working player stats gauges. The Chi meter and the health meter are working correctly. We've got a character selection screen now. We've got rounds that begin and end. The game is 2 out of 3 rounds, and the game ends correctly after the number of rounds, the right number of rounds have been won. So there's a lot of progress. There's a little tweaking to go. We need to finish up the character selection screen. A little bit of work there left to do. We're working on a title screen for it, and then we need to add some more mechanics, and then do a little bit of polishing, like little tiny little things like positioning the text to make sure it looks perfect, that kind of stuff. But it's like 70% done, really. We did a lot of the hard work already. And it's my first time making a game that complicated. I have made simpler games before, like, slot machine kind of simple games. But this is my first, fairly complicated game. And again, it's still like baby programming. I'm not a software engineer, but I have an aptitude for it, and I do teach logic. So my logic background is definitely helping me with the programming. But really proud of it. In fact, you can check it out. In fact, I'll even drop a link if you want. Let me grab a link to our last stream that we did. This one is not the most interesting stream because we spent most of it working on the character selection screen. But let me find the video. In fact, I'll drop 2 videos. This is the character selection screen video. Boom. So this is us working on the character selection screen. And let me see here. I just got to scroll. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. This is us working on the next videos that I'm going to post is the one working on the last time we worked on the gameplay. So you can see it's not done, but it's pretty far along. So I hope you enjoyed those. Do check them out. And when I'm working on it, I'm streaming it on Twitch. So you can, if you happen to tune in while we're working on it, we tend to work on it on Thursdays and Sundays. Not today because I had to do some Uber driving to make some money after being sick. So we're probably going to work on it on Sunday. But I would say we're probably, 4, 5, 6, 7 sessions away from completely finishing the game. And we don't own Dragon Ball Z, so we can't sell it or anything. But we're at least going to throw it on a website and toot our own horns a little bit and show it off. And we already have ideas for other games we want to make. So there's slight ambitions maybe to start a game company. It's hard to do. There's a lot of competition, but every game maker ever wants to, start their own company making games, right? So that's an option as well. Got a couple ideas. But this game around is a combination of a passion project and a learning experience, and learning how to make a game from start to finish. And then we need to use a more commercially viable tool to make the game next time around. I do stay busy, yes I do. Sort of not as busy as you might think, because I have a good ability to focus on one thing at a time, and people often ask me, how do you get so many things done? And my answer is I actually suck at multitasking. I don't have a lot of things going on. Even though I'm doing a lot of things in sequence, I'm only doing one thing at a time, and I'm good at just bracketing everything else and focusing on one thing at a time. So I suck at multitasking, and that's why I get so much done, oddly enough. Counterintuitively. I'll work on the game for 5 hours and not do anything else, then set it aside and move on to another project, and lots of forward momentum on a lot of different things. Only doing one thing at a time. You just can't do 10 things at once. You can only do 1 or 2 things at once. And I don't get bogged down by overthinking. Forward momentum matters a lot more than perfection on projects. But yeah, I do stay busy. I don't know why exactly. I think I was fortunate to have grandparents that were interested in lots of different things when I was younger, and so I just learned to be interested in lots of things. And I have lots of interests, and so you only get so many years on this planet, so I want to do all the things I'm interested in. And I did the math and went, oh man, if I don't do some of these things, I'm going to be old and dead before you know it. And gotta do them, otherwise you don't do them. It's not out of a compulsive need to stay busy. I actually have more of a feline temperament by nature. I'd rather just hang around and, eat some good food and work on a little project and, and enjoy the day. But, I do feel a little compulsive need to squeeze every drop out of life in my own interest anyway. Yeah, you can't just wait around, exactly. Even if you don't know where it's going to lead. Like right now, I'm between full-time jobs, and I don't know what I'm going to end up doing later this year, or in 5 years, or 20 years. I have no idea, right? But I know it's not going to go anywhere if I don't do things. So I figure it'll all make sense in hindsight. I think it was Steve Jobs who said that you can only connect the dots in hindsight. You can't connect them looking forward. And the Danish philosopher Soren Kierkegaard said something very similar. He said you can only understand life looking backward. You have to live it forward. So I'm just living life, following my passions and working on projects and trusting I'll connect the dots, as occasion calls for it. Hopefully I'll get something with a little more money coming in at some point. I don't want to be Uber driving forever, but right now Uber driving and projects and a little part-time teaching are paying the bills. Also just acquired a new iPad and plan to start making more. I've made many in the past, but making more educational videos. I have a YouTube channel, like I dropped there in the chat, but my most popular videos on there are my own teaching videos from mainly the logic classes that I teach. And I've been wanting to make math and philosophy videos. I enjoy Uber a lot. It's a grind. It's more exhausting than I thought it would be, sitting down in the same position all day and just paying such attention to what's on the road. You have to be constantly alert. So that's a little exhausting. But other than that, it's conversational. I get to meet nice people and have interesting conversations and drink coffee and listen to music and drive around. I've always liked driving. So on the whole, I really enjoy it. I just find that it's not as healthy as I would like it to be because you just sit down all day. I wish I didn't have to do it for quite as many hours to make ends meet. But on the whole, it makes for a really nice day. But like anything, if you're not in the mood for it, it's no fun. So, I think Susan just got home. Hey, my love, you're live on Twitch. Susan just got home. So on the whole, I really enjoy it, though. So if you've thought about it, I would definitely do it. How was dinner, my love?
Good. Not healthy, not Mediterranean.
That's okay. Gonna come say howdy on Twitch, and then I'll sign off since we're already on Twitch and you're here. Just went out to the car to get something. I recommend Uber, I really do. I like the flexibility of it a lot. Yeah, I guess I probably could do DoorDash and Uber Eats and things like that as well, but I like the conversational part of it more than I like probably driving people's food around. So I've been erring on the side of Uber instead of delivery services. Plus, I could have a lot more philosophy conversations on the road than I might have guessed. People have taken a class in philosophy or read something or heard something or have a question about something, and I get to be the philosophy teacher for 15 minutes at a time. It's kind of fun. You're live on Twitch. Can I kiss you on Twitch? Is that allowed?
Yes.
The Twitchverse won't blow up. I love you.
I love you.
Miss you.
Yeah,
Sure. Let me log off here,
Okay.
and maybe we'll be back in stream later. I'm not sure if we're gonna stream.
yeah.
We're probably gonna jump on and play WoW later. Susan plays World of Warcraft too. We're gonna play Modern WoW if we jump back on. So yeah, we're gonna log off for a little bit just to touch base and
Make out a little
bit and do the things people do, right? Do the things couples do. And we'll be back a little later, I think. We're in the habit of playing World of Warcraft, modern World of Warcraft in the evenings a great many nights. So I think we're going to be back a little later. Really nice talking with you. Let's see. I think, I don't know if Deep Down Hush is still watching, but good to meet you. And Gimmicks, thanks for tuning in. And I hope to see you guys later if you guys are still on. If not, we'll catch you another time. Everyone have a good evening, though.